Hello, this is me on a new setup. We have a new graphics card in my PC and I've got the settings ramped up, but still have a bit of judder on the on it. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I think I've got something ramped up a little bit high. Also, I'm not using a headset, which feels a bit strange. I've got my the new setup is having difficulty with my voice, so this is fun. I've got my webcam microphone, which is a decent one, recording, but it doesn't obviously cut out background sound as well, so I'm not expecting great things. I've done some testing, it's reasonable, but there's a little bit of not quite as crisp as it would be if it was the proper one. Why is that only done? Oh, because I've only got a little tiny bit of money, that's why. Right, okay, this is going to be fun then. Let's have a look. Let's do I've forgotten about this. Right, which is the... We could go and do 20 and 12. We might just about get that out of it and then come back and do the other. Oh my life, I can't believe I haven't got any herbicide anywhere now. I haven't. Do you know, talk about leave things in a bad position. And this thing goes through herbicide like it's gone out of fashion. Wow, I don't like how long it takes the switch over from one view to another. It's absolutely like 3 or 4 seconds, and that's not down to the graphics card either, because it did exactly the same on my other machine, and that was more than capable. Yeah, I think I'm going to need to try to do... I've got draw distance. One thing I did have knocked down on my laptop was draw distance. I've got this really ramped up, so it's viewing things from a long way. I shouldn't get that where things get drawn and you can see things. You still get the wheels at a long distance, but there's a lot of judder on it for saying it's a top-end graphics card. I have to muck around with the settings and fine-tune them, I think. So then, we have a couple of contracts to try to dig us out of the no money situation, and I shall enjoy it because the Rubicon is an amazing thing, but I will be switching fuel when we get to the top field because this is a monster and I have absolutely no idea how wide this would be if I tried to do it in cab. But I just thought I'm getting out of the habit of in cab, so I thought let's get in cab. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of the road as well. That's not out. Good job I'm not meeting anything. I've not switched traffic off. Why am I not seeing any traffic at all? I can't recall the last time I came up here without seeing any traffic. Bizarre. Whoa, what on earth happened there? Oh, okay. Got clocked by the car. So the cars are definitely on. That's good news in a way. Yeah, there we are for 20. Wow. Yeah, cars are definitely on. This thing is a beast. That was open its wings out. And see if we've got enough, because this thing uses herbicide like it's gone out of fashion. I've never seen anything. It's a beast. I did field 36 on this the first time I'd ever used it. It was on FS22. I've never been given the option of using this on FS19 on contracts ever. So I was quite excited to see it because it's one of those pieces of equipment I have never. We're doing start from scratches mainly. Your equipment you never really ever have the best. You can, and my trouble is I'm always too eager to get onto the net. I have said this is a fault of mine, definitely, that I always am too eager to get onto the next Let's Play. I like the challenge of the beginning. I've got to get better actually, because I never finish a Let's Play. And what I mean by that, I do finish them. I mean, my Lone Oak, I definitely finish that. Ooh. Definitely definitely do a lot. I did lots and lots of episodes, but I was only just getting to the better equipments. I've got to wait around a little longer. Although that was because we were switching from FS19. I wasn't really in any rush to end my Let's Play on Lone Oak. I could have gone a lot further. So for once, I'm not sure I wouldn't have actually achieved my goal. So I was trying to be good. I'd actually trying to change my style, because I do realise we've all got faults, and mine is that I love the challenge of the beginning, and then I tend to get a bit not bored exactly, but I like that challenge, so therefore I just go and do it again, and that's not, you're never finishing. I realise I've got work to do on trying to trying to do the other things, and also to enjoy it a bit more with the better equipment. Truthfully, I'm always in such a rush to move on to the next Let's Play where you're struggling at the beginning again, and I don't know why I always seem to do it in that way that I do, but it's not really good. Or I can do the other contract as well. I try to be a bit stringent. Why? This is quite amazing, this. It shuts off almost immediately, but there's a bit of a lag. I've always said this, when you switch your herbicide on, there's about 1.5 seconds of lag before the actual spray comes out of the nozzles, so it's a bit of a fine art. But when you're starting, when you're finishing, should I say, it stops instantly. Right, just got the middle bit to do. Will I do that top one? This thing is a monster. Yeah, see, it's instant switch off. Now then, will we have enough for both contracts? This is going to be tight. I would time-lapse it, but I don't really think it's going to last very long with the Rubicon. We're definitely going to use this to its full, and we'll switch it off a second we're finished, and we'll just do it and get it to the right position, because, wow, you don't half get through the herbicide, especially when you've only got 1,600 and odd through beans. So, boy, are we certainly hit. I can't believe this. In a couple of episodes, we've gone from having almost 100, but 90-odd thousand we had, and we bought our thing, and we had enough money for buying some produce for the farmers, and then we've skimmed. Right, let's do that a little bit. Oh no, don't stick to your guns. If we have to go back, we have to go back. Always do what you believe is right. Alright, let's get that over to the next field. Yeah, it's a bit juddery, definitely. It's got 12 gig of RAM as well, so its bandwidth for graphics is phenomenal. And it's the newer DDR RAM. Newer graphics RAM on it, so it should be faster. So it's got to be me. I must have set something too good, like draw distance or something that you don't always appreciate. I'm a bit zoomed out, aren't I? Let's try not to knock the sign off. Right. Ooh. Yeah, let's grab that now. No, it's 36 was the Rubicon, wasn't it? Did we have any other spraying contracts? No, we didn't. Okay, let's have a look then. It was field 8, wasn't it? No, 12. This is a little one. We should have enough to do this. To be honest, talk about. I don't believe this. Talk about by the wire. This rags to riches in one episode. How to do really well on hard economy and then literally crush yourself to the floor. We'll do this, we'll do these 3 contracts. If those fertiliser contracts are there, being we need money so badly, we'll also take those on and get the, yeah, I would. Wow. The Rubicon's got quite a few achievements. This is the one we want. Let's see if we can do this. I wonder if this can actually do the field in one. I wouldn't have thought so. We've done 42 metre spreads with fertilisers, and that doesn't do it in one. They have to do 2. Oh my life. It does, but it's not by much, is it? Right, yeah, I was a little bit out on the right hand side. Yeah, I think we'll just do side. Yeah, I know this vehicle is reserved for contracts. I'm on one. Do you know? Right. Ooh, this is going to be close still. No, we're going to do it. It's not going down that quickly. Yeah, always when you shift computers, I was a bit worried about my gaming laptop. It does a fantastic job and everything, but it's on so much uploading to YouTube, and I thought, I've got my gaming desktop, and I thought, oh, let's just buy a graphics card for it. It's a really decent one, really decent processor and everything. So, right, let's see how big the strip I need to do. Let's have a look. A bit more than you think. Should say about there. Yeah. In fact, yes, I can see the dark. Just be careful because there's a road, I think, in the going to be clacking a passing car. Won't go down very well. Think of the insurance. Excellent, we've finished. Finished, nearly. Okay, let's do this properly. Need to alter to the middle. So, not very far off. 26 metres is still... Try and gauge it as if I've got my normal sprayer. Let's say about there. Not bad. I can live with that. Why is that not doing my... So I was on the wrong one. Right, smashing. Let's fold that back up. Let's get back down to the bottom. Let's do the contract. Not that we got much from that one, but it's every bit helps. Let's go and fill this up. We'll probably fill it up just about, and literally take all the money we've got from it, and then we'll just hopefully have enough to do 36. So yeah, I would imagine it's going to cost all of that. How much does this store? Is it 9,000 litres? That's why the Rubicon 9000. It could be. There's usually a reason for the code names, aren't there? Certainly not its meterage. Yeah, there's way too much judder in. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you till the last moment, and I was looking as well. Do love the speed of this and the brewing. I saw one on special offer on my Erlingratz Let's Play earlier, and I thought, ooh, they are fantastic. I would love to. That would be one piece of equipment I'd really love to own. Speed it goes. Oh, the speed this goes around as well, around the fields, 15, 16 miles an hour instead of 7. Double the speed of a standard sprayer. And this beast is absolutely monstrous. It can cover quite large fields in so little time. Well, 36 though is still a monster field. I've done this a couple of times and it is a bit... Still takes a couple of minutes. So yeah. I think if this was on field not 36, what is it? Is it 26? The really big one? Yeah, there's way too much judder on this. I'm going to have to change my settings after this. I'm going to keep this session a little bit yeah, I know you were going to do that. No good stopping afterwards. I blame the programmers there personally. My indicator's not working. The side panel's plugged in. I need to Again, Windows might not have picked up, the game might not have picked it up, so I might have to redo that. It doesn't seem to be using my side panel, and yet it's got a light on, so it's not working. And that job still, I still need to get all the stuff moved from here. Still not done it. Mind you, we were really busy that last time. Right, smashing. I think we stand a good chance of doing that field on that. As big as it is, we may even get a little bit of reimbursement. Every avenue of revenue streams is very useful at the minute. I don't like cheating, but I don't mind if you get. It's exactly the same as a plumber. I'm actually a fully trained plumber. Not that I like this particular thing, but almost every tradesman, they get discount on buying things, and what most of them do is when I do a job, I usually give my discounts to my customers to compensate the fact that they're going to use a tradesman rather than do it themselves. Oh, it has the indicator. Oh, that's nice. Oh, it is working. It's just in a very obscured position. Right, okay, well that's one job less that I've got to do then. Side panel working, tick. Now then, I've done it again, haven't I? I've literally switched from one conversation to another, and then with my old brain forgotten whereabouts what I was actually talking about. Hopefully it'll come back to me. The amount of times in editing I think, Gordon Bennett, how many times are you going to start a conversation and... Yeah, this is still a big field, but the really monster field, is it 28? It's really, really big one that we've done a few times. We did it in the cultivating, and I did say this is the biggest field on the map. That is a monster. I mean, look, even this, the Rubicon's big, but I mean, how many achievements with the Rubicon? Wow, that's 3 or 4 achievements. I'm loving this. Will we do this field with the amount that we've got? That is the question. Well, the speed that we're going across this says 60 miles an hour. I mean, herbicided or fertilising with a liquid fertiliser 7 miles an hour, and this is 16 miles an hour. It's absolutely motoring. This is definitely the way to spray fields. And the brewing is exactly the same, only just not quite such a boom length. But even that's certainly no snippet. I must remember this actually stops instantly. There we go. It's a weird shaped field. I didn't think I normally do the swing rounds, but not when it comes back on itself. It's not enough. There's too much of a swing round space. Now then, where's the edge of the green? There. Wow, the boom length on this is, I know it is phenomenal, but when you actually see the effects of that, it's really quite amazing. It really is a fantastic bit of kit. I know it's expensive, but you can see if you've got enough fields and you would gone big, then yeah, this would definitely be a piece of kit if money was not an object, which I never seem to get to that stage. I mean, on my low note, I think that's the best I've ever done financially. It was the worst start. I did one of those starts that a lot of content creators do, where you have no money whatsoever, and I obviously use the contract system to dig me out of that hole. And boy, did I dig myself out of that hole on the low note. Some of the field sizes, fertilising, and all the rest of it soon got me out of debt, and it wasn't long before I'd bought a little tiny tractor and then a small piece of land, and it really was, well, it's the best I've ever done on any Let's Play, and the most where I've actually stuck to it as well. Literally, I think if we'd have traded in every last piece of equipment, I sold all of the farm except for the farmyard because I'd got animals, and I was up to 3.6 million, got 200 head of cattle, 200-ish actually, a little bit more. And obviously the Lone Oak farm, which is just under 300 grand as well. So really, yeah, it was the best I've ever done on any Let's Play, and yet it was the worst possible start, and it was on hard economy. It was literally start from scratch, hard economy. no money, no equipment starts. So the very worst you could possibly ever do, and it was the best. And it was also, it was what I said in it. I said I might, when I was completing it, I knew that obviously FS22 was around, and I did my finishing sort of thing, which I don't normally get to that stage. Some of my Let's Plays, especially in my initial, well, I'm only just still starting up now, where again you've got to get discovered. It's not that your content's necessarily good, bad or rubbish or anything like that. It's that you've not been discovered. I mean, I think we're all capable of comparing ourselves to other content creators and knowing if our content is as good, or but if you aren't known by other people, and also there are tricks that the really big names obviously do employ that are good, as well as the fact that they are discovered. It's a bit like any kind of band as well, isn't it? Until you discovered, you go around pubs and clubs for a few quids as a band, and you can eke a living. And it's, I mean, I'm not even doing this for that reason. I'm literally doing this because I move then. I enjoy the game, and I'd like to give back a little bit, and also I think I can do it. So yeah, that's my main reason. I finished this contract and I didn't see it because I'm too busy chattering. No, I've just finished it now. Let's do this strip. There's many of them. It's just in the middle. We shall have a look on the map to see, because I don't like leaving things. Oh no, there is. I can see quite a bit of green there actually. There is an actual patch. I can see the green. Definitely missed that. I think that's about it. Let's have a look. Right. Field 12. That was done perfectly, but we're not on field 12 now. Oh, a bit to the right of me. Let's get that sorted. Not a big fan of leaving chunks of green as I can see it, so I always find it a bit hard to... just to the right of me. I see it, I do. I see some of it anyway. I think that was it. Yeah, those little tiddly pieces I'm quite happy with. Now it's a shame, because I would have liked to have done a few more spraying contracts for some reason. I did hope some more would pop, but hey ho, what will we get for reimbursements? Oh wow, not bad. With all the money we got from the others, actually I think we should probably... Right, fertilising now. Let's get those 3, if they'll let us take them. Sometimes they disappear still. And right, okay, I think we'll run over. We aren't that far away. I'm not going to be lazy. I do like it to be as realistic as possible. I'm still not a massive fan. I just find it, you can't run across the map. It's not fair on people. It takes too long, but I don't mind running across the field. Although, yeah, I'll draw the line at running right across the field of canola. I'd still do a bit of damage. Right, so that looks a little bit more healthy. That's definitely some seed and fertiliser money back. And we could also stick some, not right this very minute, when we've done these fertiliser contracts, I want to get some sunflower seeds in, and we'll get that underway. Obviously our canola harvest is coming up itself, so I might wait, but if I've got the money, I'm going to do it. I say we've got this is our main business. This is where we've really literally got to... Oh, don't tell me I've left the... I know what I'll have done. It's going to be at the top of the map or something stupid, isn't it? Oh my god, is it over at the... Oh, that's the Magnum. Oh, right, okay. Why have I... Where's that? Oh no, I know what's happened. Yes, fertiliser spreader. I bet I've not loaded the mod up, have I? And it's destroyed it, which means I'm going to have to sort of do a bit of trickery now. Oh, I hate this when something like that catches you out. I thought I'd done so well. Yeah, I bet I haven't got a fertiliser spinner, have I? Got almost everything there. There's not much missing. I think that's probably the only casualty, which I've even got my seeder thing. Mind you, most of these are base game things, so I may find I've lost another couple of things. Oh, the Avant. Oh, yes. Oh, right, okay. Interesting. I thought I'd... Oh, I won't have ticked them. Right, definitely. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it here, and I'm going to literally pop out and correct this. And obviously, I won't show it because everybody knows that I'm not cheating. I will, because it will have lost it. I will reimburse myself just for the exact amount that I need to get my equipment correct. And then I'll pop back and I shall start to do the recording. I don't bore people to tears with me literally buying equipment and grabbing what we already had. I don't think that anybody's going to doubt. Well, you know that I've got 10,497. I still have 10,497 when I get back, and I will have the pieces of equipment that we actually did own. So anyway, without any further ado, I shall be back in a few minutes when everything is sorted. Thank you very much for watching. Right, well, I haven't quite done what I said. We've come back with a little less money because what I've done is, being as we've had to buy the fertiliser spreader, it is new, which is obviously it was second-hand equipment. But I've also, there were a few options I never chose. I didn't have the cover and things like that, so I've actually done that, and I've taken that out of obviously the 10 grand that was ours. So we've now got a new one, which is, I know that's an advantage that I can't help that one, but maybe another, the Advance, I haven't done that this time, but I don't use it every time, and I will also bring the Avant back in. I've actually loaded the mod back in, but I've not actually brought that back into the game, but I will do. But I thought this, we're doing fertiliser, so this is important. We'll get this done. Should just about be able to, there's a bit of fertiliser left there, but it is a bit. I would imagine it's about 700 litres or something, if that. And then we'll fill up. We should just about be able to fill up with what we've got and get those fertiliser things to... This is what I keep saying, really. It is at the beginning of a Let's Play, there's always these bits and bobs and incidentals and you know, like making your engine better and all those type of things that... Did I ever cover before? I did, didn't I? I paid that for that. Oh well, we'll let that slip, because to be honest, let's face it, I'm getting a new fertiliser spreader and I had an old one, so we'll call that quits. That one can be the cost of whoa. Right, this is like booking Bronco. Or because the wheels are too... It's... Whoa. Right, okay. Yes, I did have the cover, I remember. I always did used to switch it, shut it, so yeah, I made a mistake on that one. But there were a couple of other options. The capacity is the the same. I think the other was silver and I've just gone for the plain red. So it looks different. It matches the tracks perfectly well, so it is a bit silly. Fertiliser. Excellent. And let's get cracking. So let's see where the nearest car is. Still a bit juddery. I've knocked antiseptic filtering off, because that is quite a beefy thing, but it's still a bit, I don't know, my draw distances are a bit meaty still, but it's still a bit juddery, and it really should be much better than my gaming laptop. Truthfully, it's a much, well, it's a proper graphics card, so there's got to be some setting that I've got on that's wrong. How's it, have I got 14 and oh, we've got 3 contracts. Please don't stop. 44. Be easy to open the contracts page, wouldn't it? 44, 14 and 6. So right, 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Let's go and get the one that's nearest done first then, and we'll literally take that for it, and we'll just top up because we're going up to the top. Whoa. Yeah, okay, I'll take that one on the chin. I think that was 50-50. But hey ho. 44. Get this right. These are the ones I always get wrong, going parallel. I always get the angles wrong. Not not getting any flashing there. Did notice a few times on some of my editing that there were certain settings I think that were ramped a little high on the laptop, but now you got flashing on some of the green trees in the distance. I'm not getting that, so that's definitely an improvement. But I think I'm gonna have to look around. The draw distances are like, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean you can see the cars in the distance and they don't disappear like they did before on the laptop. I'd got that fine-tuned and they used to disappear to wheels, which a bit too much, and so I'm glad in a way, but we need to fine-tune it so that we've got a performance. I think if you can see the video juddering, I think that takes away more than if the quality is a little bit better. It's got to be that trade-off, I think, between quality and performance as well. Me personally, I would always go for performance over graphics. It doesn't really bother me too much. Wow, that is uphill quite a lot. But when you are inviting guests in and people are used to good quality graphics, then that is definitely yeah. Got the settings on everything else is great. In fact, if anything, I've ramped a few settings up, but I think there's something I've ramped up that's a little bit too good. Let's have a look. Yeah, a bit down the middle I think after this. It's tapering end. I shall tack this onto my other episode because literally it really should. We should be able to do these 3 contracts in this episode. It's a bit boring, but we do need to get the money back up. It's all about the ebb and flow of the farm, isn't it, really, to see how we do. I'd like to get some more oil in. I would like to get, I can see the green. Should be magic about there. Yeah. It's down at an angle. Yeah. Going out a little bit wrong. There, that should actually do it. I do miss my precision farming because you could do this on the mini-map, and I have missed a bit at the top, so let's get those 2 bits that are missing at the top. Yeah, oh, the right hand side corner, I missed a bit there. Struggling with this. Mind you, when you consider it is a 75 horsepower thing and it's got an awful lot of weight carrying and it's going uphill, so I think it does remarkably well. It should be... oh, still missed a bit. Let's go and do that. I don't like missing big bits. Oh, still missed a bit. Right, can't have that. Right, it should be about there. Yeah, I can live with that. Should be about here. Ooh, still a bit. That's better. Right, let's top up as we're going. Actually, I think the anti-soptric, I need to turn it on a little bit. It's a little less sharp than it is usually. Yeah, something. I'm gonna have to tweak this after I finish the recording session, I think, to get my graphics right. It seems slightly fuzzy. There's something, yeah, something I've got not quite right. Colours are nice. So both at the top now, there's 6 and 14, so I think we'll go 6 first. We'll go through town. What are we doing for repairs? Fuel, we'll do some fuel. In fact, let's do both. I don't think I would take the front box because I know that's why we bought it, but really for these 2 contracts, I'm not going to use all of that for that, so. It doesn't remember your achievements from the time before. Oh, it's doing that thing again where it won't let you in the tractor. Is it the side or? Yeah, it is. Right, let's go through town then. Let's sort this out, get these 2 contracts done, and hopefully by the end of the session get some sunflowers in our productions. Maybe go through June, July. I think it's July is the first. Is it July or August? There's that many dates in your head in Farming Simulator. That many things to remember. That when to start, when to sow, when to harvest. So yes, we shall have a look. That's the easiest way. Whoa, that's difficult. That is difficult. Whoa. Let's not run the deer over. I've got to be careful so it drags you in because the road bends. That goes to show the weight's better, because that's what normally happens is you usually get you, it lifts your front end, then your traction goes, and then you go crashing into the house. That's one of the worst places in the map. There's 2 or 3 places where the roads are a little bit iffy. Right, we could actually, let's get that little one done first. Then we can finish on field 6, which is the bigger of the 2 contracts. I should just about have enough money to... The only bad thing is we'll be starting the next session with hardly any money again, but hopefully we'll have a bit of fertiliser left in this. Whoa, yeah, struggling with the hill. Notice the gear changes are a bit funny. I was with the on the cultivated section, the Russell mash. I've got the 12-metre Russell mash, and it was stuck where it was just below the bit. Whereas in real life, you'd knock the gear down because you were definitely struggling, but it would just sit at the level before it would change gear. So it was stuck doing, I think, 3 or 4 miles an hour, where it really all it needs to do is change the gear. But obviously, it's programming, isn't it? If I'd set up manual gear change, I would have actually taken over at that point. I must have a look into that when I've got some time and set up some keys. I've got a couple of programmable buttons on my gamepad. It would be useful for up and down gears with that, to be honest. So I need to set the keys up. It's just remembering these things, isn't it? Right, C40. I need to go up the railroad things immediately to the right. So I'm ready to indicate. Can you see the... yeah, they're on the box, aren't they? Or just indicate. Oh, we can see that nicely. I believe it is this field to the right. Let's stick my cruise control on and let's zoom out a little. Got to get better at adjusting. Oh, indicator off. Let's remember. A little bit too much of an overlap. Minute, every euro counts. That's another thing I've noticed in editing. The amount of times I say dollars or pounds instead of euros when I'm on a euros map, I've got to adjust that. It's all a learning curve, isn't it, to be honest? Everything is content creation, playing the game, but it is with it as a content creator. The amount of waffle you do sometimes when you're a little bit busy and you don't quite say you were. I was listening to something earlier and I thought, what on earth did I mean? That made no sense whatsoever. So I do apologise for the times when you're a little bit too busy in a job, you say the wrong word. It is not because I don't know the words. It is literally because sometimes you're so engrossed in content or your job that you're trying to say the right words, but you don't quite hit them. Now then, where did I... No, I didn't. I started over that left-hand side, so... Right, so I'm going to need to do a strip in the middle. I don't know, actually. This is a smallish field. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, there is. Yeah, there is a strip in the middle. Should do that twice. Oh, my favourite trick of jumping out the tractor. High speed. Always manage to do that. Wow, really is tight. Right, there is a tiny bit that I haven't quite done, even though I know I finished. That goes to show how tight it was, that's all that was left, just that tiny weeny little bit of the contract. Some of these contracts really are very, very tight. I mean, there's not... Oh, I still missed it. That's better. It's only missed a teeny weeny little bit. Right, let's get the last field done. And we'll collect on them both at the end. No point in... 6 is that big one that you can see with the lime on in the distance. Yes, I am pleased with our progress. It is amazing though, when the canola, I don't know whether I'm forgetting on No Man's Land or whether I did a little bit more. I think with No Man's Land though, there was only one field and there are no contracts, so you literally have got to speed up time. There is nothing else for you to do. If you've done all your field work, you've obviously got to go through the months. There is nothing else unless you were chopping trees, which I don't do that on a grand scale. I only ever remove trees. It's one thing I don't like doing. I think we need to go to that far end and use the contour of the field. I don't know. I think we can do it crossways or what. Oh, I've got. No, I don't. You're right. I have no access to this land. I'm in the wrong field. So I do. Yeah, I was close. And the next field up. I think, or am I to the? I do apologise. I'm glad he's only lined this. Gentleman's agreement and all, running across this field. I'd already started. I'm glad he's not got any cropping, or I would seriously be paying him thousands in lost revenue for damage. Right, let's get this job done. It's not far off. Maybe a tiny weeny. Yeah, there isn't much room for error now with the contracts. They're a little bit too tight, I think, the fertiliser ones. Or sometimes when you've literally got one tiny weeny little splash of a corner missing and you've got to complete that. It does seem to vary. Some contracts are better than others, but it doesn't, you know, you can sometimes get a tail. I mean, I don't like, I've said this all along, I don't like leaving massive, I don't even like leaving anything, but on these, everyone has turns. It's a bit like when you do the harvesting or the seeding. When a harvester turns, you get tiny little corners that appear. You can, of course, get everything, but I don't think anyone would blame you for leaving the tiny little corners, because you really have got to manoeuvre your harvester a lot. I suppose in real life you would, though. I've never really worried that much about them. Perhaps that's my mistake. Perhaps that is realistic. I think I would imagine if, as a real farmer, there's no way you could afford to miss. You would want to get the job done properly, which is why I like to try to play realistic and get the contracts done properly. But I suppose even on that, I'm probably falling a little bit short. Because in real life you would. This is your livelihood. Whereas this is a game to me, even though obviously I'm trying to play realistically. It doesn't matter. It's not got the same impact it would have as if you were playing. Well, it's just struggling a little. Mind you, still 8 miles an hour. I don't suppose that's too bad, but yeah. Trying to get the realism, trying to get it a bit more immersive. I'm trying. No retrying, as my wife always tells me. Yeah, we did start at that bottom and we did start across, and actually if I remember rightly we missed the first corner. I was going at a tangent, so I think I'm going to go right to the corner on this, and then there'll be quite a big, maybe a couple of runs. This is a big field. I don't know, it's a good spread though. We shall see. Imagine about, yeah, we're done. Right, let's try and get our angles right on this. Yeah, I think two runs across. Let's have a look, which way am I pointing? I need to angle myself a bit like that. Set cruise control going, and we shouldn't be too far out of that. We'll keep our angle good. And then I do love the wind effect blowing the crop. That is absolutely phenomenal. I do really think that that is an absolutely amazing new addition. I think I missed a bit of a corner there. Yeah, not quite. I'm going to need to do that strip again, I think. It's a bit of a strip above us. Let's just shut that off for 1 minute. Oh. Yeah, that's good enough. It's just the strip. Wow. Right, about here, I should say. Let's have a look. Ooh, yeah, there's something behind us. Something in the corner. Out there. No. Get further up. Do this properly. I refuse to back down. We will do this field properly. To my right. Or say there. Yeah. There. I should do it now. Right, brilliant. So let's get the rest of the strip done. Just about here, I should say, and then we'll just check. Ooh, a bit more to the right. Ooh. Yeah, just do a splash here. Right, brilliant, fantastic. That is a wrap, but I'm not going to leave it here. I'm going to do something a little bit interesting. Let's just grab those two contracts. We shall send this. It's on its own steam, I think, if we've got enough money, of course. Otherwise I might have to leave it for another time. Right, so I didn't realise I'm not collected on any. Oh, we've got another spraying contract. Oh. That's typical. We could have had that done with that earlier. Now then, sowing, we haven't really got a, is it a seed or sorghum and sorghum? No, but we'll leave that. I'm not using little equipment. Shame about the spraying, it really is. I think we can do it. So we need to go down to the Rex and zoom in. I'm way too high. Start his engine and get some sunflowers. Fire the sunflowers in. Set this going, and I'll also check. Have a quick look. When is the canola? It is 2 months away, so we could actually speed time up and also see what time. How much have we got in our? We're storing. Now this is weird because, yeah, it is storing actually. Wow, olives are really slow. Canola's much quicker than this. That's really. Can't can't get over the difference between the two products on the road. It's a bit tight. This indicator isn't good. Even like the sheen on the trailers, amazing. Right, switch my indicator off and let's put some sunflowers in now. How much are these going to cost us? Hopefully a little less than the olives, although I do want to be paying proper prices. I do want to be realistic, whereas it would cost you a lot. Yeah, that's good. I don't mean it funny, but we're trying to make profit from this, but I also do want to, I wanted to simulate, this is what I was saying last time, simulate realism in so much as of course you want to buy at its lowest, but you do want to be paying the going rate. I want this to be us winning realistically. I don't want to be getting things at such a low price that it's unrealistic. I mean, obviously in any market you buy low and sell high because of what you're doing to it. And that's the entire thing of us doing the oil from this. We're obviously going to be making profit, but it's still, farmers aren't going to sell it for peanuts. Rightly so. Right, let's get this right. Reasonably pleased with this now. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. There were times I was seriously not sure that we'd we'd achieve our ends. This is a different trailer than the one I've got on No Man's Land. I've got the three section version of this, where it's got 3 sections. It's longer. Oh wow, it's still got the same problem though. It's from the same series. It wanders as it's emptying, but this seems to be wandering more than the other one. Luckily it's hitting the building, so it can't go anywhere. It's £2,000. At least we've got a fighting chance with fertilizer or sprayer or something. We could actually. It's a very slow empty, even with the 2 doors open. Didn't notice that when I emptied the olives, it does take a while. Should, unless it deactivates itself when there's nothing in it, it should actually be active. Let's have a look. Let's take a look. Yeah, it does. It is activated. Olive, sunflower, storing. 705. Right, I think there's not enough contracts for us to warrant. We have got that wood as well at some point. Yeah, we're gonna have a good bit of fun. I know I need to get the stuff off. That's what I was gonna do. Let me do that quickly. If he'll set destination, come down to the shop, we will get some equipment at some point off that. Hopefully next session I will start the session remembering, hopefully, unless of course it's harvesting month, to get the stuff off there on here. And I was still thinking I wouldn't mind one. Oh wow, I've got to shift that until I get that levelled. That looks awful. Yeah, I would like one set of sheds, and I was thinking if there's anywhere for a shed to go, it would be if we level this off to the trees, keep the trees there, level this off, grab some earth and fill that in, and put the sheds right back to the backs of the trees. I think we'll be alright. We'll still have a headland and still be able to do that, but be able to store some equipment over here, because there's still some stuff going to be over here. And I think even if we've got a shed at the other place, I think 2 sheds is not too much. 2 of the easy sheds. I do like those. They are really good, especially for when you're back against something. That really is very useful. Right, so look at the contracts one last time. Yeah, I can definitely. Let's just refresh them. No. Ooh. Hey, oh my life! I didn't mean to do that. Yes, because I really didn't mean to do that. I meant to refresh. Oh, it's my bad. Right. Anyway, let us rest because there is nothing we can do. No contracts, no work. Let me just check one last thing I did. I'm just making sure I did do 2 sets of fertiliser, because I know there was one time when I hadn't. I think, well, yeah, I did. Right, I thought I did, but I just want to make sure I don't want to be missing anything. I know what I'm like. We are very dependent on our harvest income. We should get a little bit of a tick up from our placeables, but it won't be an awful lot on hard economy. Right, so July. Oh no, June. Oh, that's good. July is our harvest month, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Right, or August. Right, so we actually have got product. That is good. Visible product, one of each. Excellent. Right, let's have a look at prices while we are here for oil. I'm going to let it build up, but I'm just interested on what it is. That's quite bad for sunflower oil. And that's, whoa, very good for buying. That's 3,000. I'm tempted. It's 3 grand in the bank, isn't it? But I think I'd sooner wait. I want to build it up. I really do. We can store a maximum of 10,000 in there, so we should literally be able to store the max from all of the product we've got in there. And then by the time we've done this, let's have a look. Any contracts for next session? Oh yes, absolutely. We could do with any kind of help with things like that. Field 15, that's top. And field 12, and we'll, if 10 is left, we'll go for that. Smashing. That field, that spraying one's left. If that's still left, we might do that next session as well. Brilliant. So that's where we're going to leave it. If there were no contracts, I was going to speed time up again to July, but we're not doing badly. We've still got a little bit of cash, and that should bring in quite a lot of money by the time we finish that, as well as if hopefully that contract as well. Those 2 contracts actually. So yes, just remember to put time up to ×3 as well. So we're definitely doing better than we were, in so much as we've heavily invested in our oils. We've got 2 products now, 2 sets of produce. It is a slow burn. There are none of the. I think most people have gained the impression that there is no quick way of making money, and that's true. I mean, to be honest, farming is a good way to make money, but you do need, if we need a certain amount of luck and a certain amount of, you know, good weather and a certain amount of product to come back from your hard labour, and also you need a market to sell it. So I mean, obviously we've got to just crack on now. It's going to take months before we see but we've sown the seeds, if you'll forgive the pun. We've got 2 of the 3 products we shall buy. Well, we shall actually do our own canola and stick that in. We shall keep this topped up with the money, and then obviously we shall hopefully get some cash back. We must remember to keep our product in. It would be useful for when we first get product in. It would be useful. Now, bearing in mind, you can only ever have 10,000. So I suppose really what we've got in, 20 tons of the 2 products is not a bad place to be. So actually we've done, I think, almost perfectly. If we stick our canola in, of course it will get through that, so that we're obviously going to top up. I think when we get down to about 10 tons, we need to top up 10 tons again to keep it at 20 tons, I think. It's completely different from sugar. Sugar's a lot more you can put in, but obviously each production's slightly different from one another, amounts and things like that. So it's still just about learning. But yeah, I know the full amount. You can only ever get 9,999 tons of it in storage. So there's no point in going any higher than that, really. But it does, of course, take a while. You've got to keep it trundling, because as we can see, it's taken a couple of days to get that ton of each. Well, actually, it took only one. The sunflowers did quicker than the olives, which is quite amazing. I don't know why they caught up with those, and they've been going almost 2 months, so we shall see if that was a flip. I don't think the game quite works things out right. I've done this myself. If you sleep through half of a day, it's almost like it doesn't count the half a day production Whereas if you do an entire month, if I slept a month and then slept another month, it would class that month as a proper month, and it seems to work it out right. I don't know, there's a lot of things that aren't quite right, greenhouses and all sorts at the minute, so yeah, it'll all settle down, but it's doable, it's still playable, and it is good fun. It's getting there, definitely. I'm enjoying it, so there's not many awful things left to worry about now. Most of it now is the learning curve on things like yesterday with the slopes and stuff, the new things that you've got on this. I quite enjoyed that. It was nice to have a good go at the I don't think we did too badly. It was not bad, all things told, apart from that little dip there where that thing needs moving and we need to fix it. So before I start recording next session, I'm going to get the Avant in. So hopefully 3037 is what we'll see next time, unless of course I do some additional thing on the Avant that costs us, but I don't think I will. I think it was bog standard. Anyway, that's enough waffling from me. That's more progress. We are making progress. We are heavily pouring our money into this production that will eventually heavily give us back. I mean, we could literally, with that 1 ton of thing, earn 4,000, no, what was it? Well, what's it? Let's put your money where your mouth is. 3,000 almost. Yeah, we could sell that for 3,000, which is not bad for just 1 ton of product. And obviously, we're not aiming for just 1 ton, but that wouldn't be bad. Definitely good if we do the selling. Anyway, enough for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you're going to continue with me on this journey. I think we are making very good progress for saying how many episodes I've done. I'm really, really chuffed with where this is going. Normally you expect quite a few things for us to sort of have a production this early on, and it was literally basically from the kickstarting the cultivating contracts that brought that in, really, and also me not being stupid and buying too many of the wrong things, a big tractor or something. We've heavily got into productions, heavily involved in that. We've even prepared a field ready for our own olives at some point, but we need to, until we can afford, we need quite a lot of income for that, for the equipment. So yeah, we'll stick to buying produce in until we can afford. We've got quite a few tens of thousands of money to actually sink into the olives. I think that will be the next, no, sunflowers next, because we've got a harvester. We just need another header. Reminds me, how much is a proper, have they got the proper sunflower headers yet? And are they with normal headers as they used to be? Helianthus, yes, they are. How much are they? 32 grand. I like the Helianthus because it gives you that extra, it's times 1.5 speed, and if we're doing sunflowers, we've got the other harvester for the normal things. I think we'll go Helianthus because that extra speed on the field, 1.5 times instead of 1, I think is well worth it. I've done sunflowers before on a Let's Play where I had the header separate, and it does make a difference. It seriously does, so I think we'll go that way. Let's have a look. Fields. You know, I'm tempted to go for the original field that we had for 34. It's not too far away, and it's no, we said 38, didn't we? And I'm thinking about that. It's not a bad idea. So we need 148,000, and we shall literally sink a field full of sunflowers in field 38. Then when we've got the canola and the sunflower going, we shall then sink some olives in here when we've hopefully seen some I was going to say income outcome, when we see some financial gain, some dosh from this product, from obviously it's going to take months for us to get to that stage, and we're doing that. And obviously a Let's Play, you are going through the months where you're showing everything, so therefore it'll be a few episodes in. We're still nevertheless going in the right direction. I think it's going to take too long. We're getting through the months a little bit. We're seeing a little bit of productions coming from this now, which is brilliant. So yeah, I am going to leave it there because I can waffle for England. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm going to say goodbye for now.